Let's get it.
God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Loving this light. Here's God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn.
I hope y'all heard that because it was muted on my end. Can y'all let me know if the audio is okay, please? Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Let me try that again.
God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Loving this light. Here's God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn.
All righty. I think I'm good. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Peace, world, peace, y'all. Welcome or welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks. I am Goddess Dawn. It is Saturday night. What's going on? Yeah, we here. So listen, let me say hi to everybody. What's going on, Queen Keish? Wow, Wayne. No, what's up, girl? Chrissy Power. Yes. Oh, yeah, I was in here earlier. Thomas Reese. Beautiful Spirit. Yeah. Shamanic Journeys here. Michelle Hurt. Chi-Town OG. What up? Yeah. Right back at you. Yep. It's all love over here. Even though sometimes it's not. And I'm going to talk about a little something. We'll get into it. Listen, the link is out there. I don't know where Baby Yoda is, but you know, she grown. You know, she can do what she can do. But anyway, I welcome you all. I'm not as organized as I'd like to be, but we got a lot of things I want to get into. Let's see. As you can see on this thumbnail, it's a lot of things going on in the world. These things, in my opinion, though, are a lot of more so distractions than anything else. When I say distractions, meaning there's bigger things happening that we need to be paying attention to. And we'll talk about some of those things tonight. So, yes, welcome all the new subscribers. I've been, going up since the sentencing. The sentencing, got us a little more heat than usual.
Everyone.
Well, hello.
I heard that trashy woman talking about me.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
I'm talking about you.
What trashy woman you talking about?
You said you didn't know where I was. I'm sitting
talking
right
about
here
me?
Listening to you. I don't know what
Goodbye.
I don't know what Baby Yoda is. She handles her own business. Oh, that's just love.
I said she's grown, meaning
yes.
You a grown-ass woman. I don't need to be keeping up after you. That's all
that
meant.
It's called humor.
Calm it down.
Humor.
What?
Humor.
Calm it down. The energies are like really hot, okay? They're hot. They are hot. And I'm speaking just from my own personal, life and experience.
Oh, isn't this lovely to see that lady's butt up in the air?
I know, right? I was like, girl, but I mean, it was on the headline. What we gonna do? Oh, beautiful spirit. Let me bring her in. Hello. Let me take this picture down real quick. Queens, and I emphasize queens because I actually feel very royal. I do. And, think that's the highest we can go as a human, unless I do say goddess, but, I don't like to throw it in. People get offended. Honestly, I don't know why. I get some emails like, you bitch, who you think you are? And it's all good, but I'm not going to change my name, but I'll just say queens and kings because I don't want to call y'all gods and goddesses and, or maybe I should. That's the audience I'm looking for. They're out there too. They are out there. So let me put those vibes up. Let's see. Hazel says she couldn't even twerk right. What's going on, beautiful spirit?
Nothing much. How you ladies doing? I jumped on. I might be in and out, and I just wanted to say hello, happy Saturday to everybody. And I think tonight live is going to be awesome.
Isn't it always? You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I'd rather have 8 to 10 people in the live and with 8 to 10 people in the chat also. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
Instead of like 100 people and like 8 people in the chat or less. That's just hate watching. I don't want it.
Exactly.
Cast the replay. But yeah, all right, yeah, much love to you, Kim. Whatever you need to do, obviously, you grown. Like I said about Baby Yoda, y'all some grown ass women. So, that's all that is. You grown. I ain't trying to keep up after y'all. What now?
Nothing at all. Nothing, goddess.
Ooh, child.
I was letting Kim know it was okay if she wanted to use the word trashy, but that's okay.
Oh,
I'll keep my humor to myself.
Okay. Baby Yoda, you are making you celebrity out here in Vegas. I see you everywhere. They got Baby Yoda everywhere.
No, said I'll be in and out too, but listening, that's all we need is your listening ear. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to distract you with all this glorious beauty of mine. So, we stay in the shade. We stay behind the curtain. It's all good as long as you're listening, actively listening. Because people listen, but then they don't listen. People listen.
Because they don't hear.
They hear what they want to hear. And this is why I got into a little little YouTube kerfuffle last night, or really it was early this morning. Dang, that's how I started my day. That makes sense. Okay. I know what I need to do after this live. So,
Exactly.
what was I gonna say? Yeah, a lot of things I want to get into, y'all. Ghislaine Maxwell, her appeal is already filed.
Wow.
Yeah, she's already trying to make that move. I got the
She
twerk
crazy.
senator. She is, but you know what? I guess her lawyers are milking it.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like that's what they do, especially with these
Yeah.
type of cases. But
With
there's a lot
representing pedophiles. That's what they do.
of the worst.
They do the Beijing, Bongjing, Bobo, Jean, Boo Boo, Foo Foo, whatever.
Yeah, it's a lot of court situations happening. This is like the year of karma, the year of justice. Because
Yes, justice is being
yeah,
served.
seeing people getting convicted and sentenced for things that normally we would not see, like especially in the news headlines.
Yeah.
These were things they would handle behind the military, like the walls of the military.
Yeah. It'll be
Gitmo.
top secret files. It'll be
Right, but everything's
X
out
files.
now. Everything is out.
Yeah. And what's in the dark comes to the light, baby.
It sure do. So yeah, speaking of, let me just talk about the YouTube thing. So I think that's what Shamonic is asking. What happened?
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah,
I gotta get on somebody. I will get on somebody. I'm in real form.
No,
I need,
I don't. No,
I need therapy. I need therapy.
You do?
No, I said that would be therapeutic for me.
I see. Well, look,
I'm gonna pick up a new condition.
I'm gonna take a green light. If you go around these YouTube streets, if you hear something going on that is not right, a lie, because that's pretty much all it is me calling out lies.
Right.
You grown, like I said, you a whole queen. You do what you feel is necessary. Shit. I ain't giving out green lights. Look, I'm not what's his name? Larry Hoover over here.
Oh, you're not the Don.
You know what I'm saying? So do what you gotta do.
Yes, but, I see some mess going down and hear it, and I'm present as I'm going about my day. I'm sure enough gonna let loose. That's just the whole east side of Detroit in me.
Well, and the only reason we really stay out of shit over here is because we mind our business. I don't typically get involved in stuff. Like I watch stuff when I can. Like sometimes I'm in the loop, sometimes I'm not. But like right now, I feel like I do kind of know about all these little beefs that are going on. So right. I caught wind of live last night, and it was one of the Oko people. It was Lakendra, and I had some. It was, I think, a shits and giggles, I think she calls it, and it was funny. I forgot she was talking about Levi when I was in there, but I was in there for a few minutes.
Oh yeah, she had me laughing. She had me laughing.
You saw that?
Yeah, she's funny. They shouldn't have been in their feelings. I mean,
well, I know Miss Della. She don't know what's going on, so we'll just leave her. She's just sitting in the judge's seat right now. But
I am unbothered. I have no time, no energy. I can care less.
Okay, as I said. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So then later there was another live, and it was weird. It was on my timeline, but I was like, is that it? Because they were using Lakendra's face as the avatar, as one of the pictures, and I'm like, what? But when I came in, she was coming in the chat. Lakendra was. It was already, they were talking shit, kikiing and giggling over her, making all these, assumptions about her life and, all that.
They don't even know her, and they trying to make it personal, and that's ridiculous.
And that's what I don't like. It's like, why are you trying to make stuff like so personal when everybody on YouTube, that's what YouTube does.
But like they hypocrites. They throw jabs and dagger at people. But when somebody make a joke, they're not digging all into your address and posting and doxing you and all that. They just making light of their day and making other people's days like me. I was laughing. Then they get butthurt and wanna, oh, it's World War III. I mean, like, do you know some of the things that y'all have done to people? A joke is you should be glad that's all she doing.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, listen, I'm just listening like dang, and then two of the people that were cracking on her were men.
Mm,
I was just
mm.
like, dang man, like
Now
that's not
see
good.
that's a bad look. When you supposed to be a whole man, you're not a man if you coming for a woman. And then for two men to team up against, she must have really heard him where the nuts was. That's all that was.
Exactly. Yeah, that gets. So I'm listening, and she came in. She was like, "Look, let me just straighten out some." So she, got up on the panel, and she was making sense. She was basically like, "Look, it's shits and giggles. You not new to it. We all do it. What's the big deal? Like, what is the problem?" But this one, Angie, we're talking about Angie. Okay, it wasn't on her channel. It was on another channel, but
Oh, virtual relationship.
she was just going on and on. She couldn't let the lady get a word in. Like, I'm like, and that's how someone's covering up something because they won't let the person speak. It reminds me of
Right.
what's my boy's name? Whack 100. I cannot
Oh, Lord
stand him.
Jesus.
And
I heard he got
anything,
his ass. Excuse my language. I heard he got beat up. I heard he got beat up. I hope it's true. I
seriously.
hope the rumors is
Oh,
true.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Hmm.
Sometimes I do, some guilty pleasures here on YouTube. It's a safe guilty pleasure escape YouTube. Okay. And sometimes, I do jump in chats. You might be on some random news channel. You might be on some reality TV channel, and you might see me in the comments because I do have certain people that I watch on a regular. But I don't go in comments typically in the R. Kelly sector because
Hmm.
it's like a swamp. Like, why would I want to do that? I wouldn't even want to like get close enough to
Right.
smell it, let alone, what I'm saying. And I like I said, I catch up on some of these videos or these channels that cover R. Kelly, and most times it's the replay. Like, I'm not usually in a live, but
Right. It's
this
not like we're
morning,
subscribed and we're following around, getting our
right?
alert jumping off.
No, not none of that. Matter of fact, I've been
Mhm.
unsubscribing from people who I was getting alerts from. But nevertheless, what was I saying? It's
Angie
Saturday
jumped and wouldn't let LaKendra talk
night. Oh
because
yeah.
her virtual relationship.
You know what? I'm not even trying to go there. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not even trying to go there because I did have some names I had ready to go, all that. And I'm just like, you know what? I feel so elevated right now. I just feel like by doing that, I'm just lowering myself.
Oh no, we don't want you to lower. We never lower ourselves. Queens
I
and
agree.
kings elevate, and they enjoy it. The higher we go, the more advanced and better it is. Because the
Exactly.
oxygen is so much pure.
It is. I mean, it's nice over here, I think.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm just saying. So I'm listening, but I'm telling you, this lady going on and on about subliminals, like people doing subliminals and how, you know, it's the worst thing in the world. But yet she is the queen of subliminals. That's what she does. That's what she does. She calls, I know my names. I'm not going to just be going around putting them in my titles, but I'm just saying she has names for me. She has names for everybody. That's a
Right.
sub.
She could call me Miss 313 if she want a name for me.
Uh,
I could give her a name. She ain't got to search for one.
woo. Well, mine's are locked and loaded. So I'm just telling my story from my
Oh, but then
personal
that's why we sisters. You locked and loaded. That's right up my alley. Shoot.
shit. So
That used to be
anyway,
our childhood games, is to tell what kind of gun was being let off in the neighborhood.
ooh, we're not gonna mention that because the feds is watching.
Yeah, the fans gonna be knocking at their door. What?
I
I
ain't
said
trying
the
to,
fans gonna be knocking at their door.
I ain't trying to end up in no superseding at all.
No, we not gonna be in the superseding, but we gonna see they superseding.
Oh, shit. Lord.
Oh Lord,
So
I'm gonna do the honors. I'm gonna read the whole superseding by myself. Y'all and Miss Della gonna get my content on they superseding.
I don't know, girl. You might want to slow that down because, like I said, I'm elevating. And that goes for people who, you know, I'm dealing with too. Not saying you, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like when you elevate, that's what happens. Either people move with you or they don't. So as
Oh,
far
you
as
know, I get it. I understand.
yeah. So that's what I feel about this YouTube thing. Like, so let me just tell this little thing so I can get this off my chest. So I don't know, somebody may or may not have caught that because basically I ended up jumping in that chat, which I don't think I've ever done that in YouTube history. And it was just that fact that the things, because I, you know, she and I have gone back and forth, as y'all know, and I see how she operates. So to come and always, she's picking on one pap. I mean, she wants to make it seem like it's one pap doing it to her, but no, because when she was actually a subject of one of my messy Mondays, I did my research, and one of her first videos was admiring one papoose. That lady's so funny. That lady sounded like she was flipping her teeth around in her mouth.
She was,
That
yeah,
lady's so
flipper.
funny. Okay, let
She
me
a
stop. I
flipper.
said I wasn't gonna do that. Stop it.
No, she a flipper. It's the truth. We're not telling no lies over here. We don't do that. But
Well, listen, I'm just saying I don't need, you know, everybody knows. But so I ended up going in chat like, nah. But then it went, so you know, I don't know if y'all, I'm not in chats here, obviously, because I'm speaking. So I don't know if y'all are in here and you might be typing something, typing fast, and you send it before it's finished, you know, or you send it, it's not, you got to come back and correct it type of thing. So that kind of happened. So I sent something, I don't even remember exactly what I said, but something like, nah, B, that ain't it. You lying. You know, something crazy. And I was like, oh shit. I sent it too early. I wasn't finished. So I tried to take it back. And I was like, oh my God, this is a nightmare. Why is this happening? So I just chilled. I was like, let me see. Nobody didn't say nothing. I don't even see it. So, but yeah, not even 10 minutes later, here's Angie. Guys done. You get your magical, what she called me? Some
magical, powerful,
princess.
strong, you know, you're a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
You know,
get your ass up out of here. She said I was guzzling on Larry's dick. You don't know her. I mean, it was like she was like, I was like, calm down, take your meds.
Oh, she started gargling for real. She was, oh my God.
It was, I think, the teeth. She might need to reinforce those things. But it was a mess, child. And I was just like, I just like laughed because it was actually funny. It was funny because I'm like, why am I triggering you like this? Why?
Because you magical and powerful, girl.
I mean, anybody else would have gone live after that little thing, but I knew we was coming live tonight, and why do I need to have a special live for some shit like that? You know. But the bottom line is I was really just there because I was kind of like feeling LaKendra was like speaking facts, and I was like, finally, like somebody in the chat too was saying, you know, Angie don't see herself. She don't see that the thing she says about other people is actually her.
Yeah.
It's actually her. That crazy community wall she has is her.
Wow. Yeah. And the truth hurts. So LaKendra had hit him with that truth, baby. That truth serum is a boy, they can handle it. The antidote.
I don't know you. You don't know me. This is YouTube. Like, why is this happening? Why are you going so deep? You don't know me like that. And I was like, yes, like let her know, because she's the one who hasn't had a recent picture posted. She's the one who's never shown her face. But yes, she want to talk shit about people and their looks. She want to come for people's lifestyle or, you know, living situation or whatever it is, when she's never revealed anything. She's really literally living behind not even a curtain. Like, what's more something stronger than a curtain, but like not a wall. She's behind that.
A glad hefty bag that covers the mattress when the pins give way.
Maybe a cage, some type of cage. You know, Brittany Griner, they had her in a cage for the trial. So maybe something like that. You can still, maybe a cage with a curtain
or
around
like
it,
a
so
Hannibal Lecter.
Andrew said them messy Mondays was legendary. Listen, and we ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because all it's gonna be is even worse, because that's just how it goes. When the fire comes out, it scorches everything. And I want to address something she said, though. This is the reason I'm addressing this, actually, because I didn't have to tell y'all I got in that happened. That was like a worse moment for me. Like,
she was spreading her cheese and thunder, as R. Kelly says in his intro. He said the breath smelling like cheese and thunder. She needs to get in there with them no bottoms on and get the walking.
Oh, well, damn. Well, yeah, maybe he was.
I mean, that's what they came said. I didn't say it. He was talking in third person. That's what he said.
There it is. A brink wall. Oh, yep, that's me. There you go. I used to love Powerpuff Girls too.
Yay! Hi, Miss No. Miss No, she's so gorgeous.
Yes. No. Okay, so where was I at? So, you know, the exchange was going on, and I was in the chat kind of taunting her a little bit, and I was like, because let me just tell you what she said. And I had to come back in the chat like, nah, B. So basically, she was like, get your ass up out of here. You blocked. She might have blocked me. She probably didn't even see nothing I put in the chat. I was just typing away. That shit probably was invisible as hell. But anyway, I'm going to tell y'all what I said. So, because it wasn't but what, like maybe like 60 people in the chat. And it was like, I mean, not in the chat, in the bushes. And maybe like 4 people, maybe even 3 people in the chat. When you got 3, not even 5 people in the chat, but you got 60 people in the bushes, that's hate watching. There's nobody trying to mix with you. Nobody even wants to be seen. Maybe I felt like this is a safe place for me because ain't nobody over here. I don't know. But whatever the case, it happened. So what did she say? Oh, because they were telling her with some other people on the panel, like, okay, Angie, don't come, like, oh no, don't, let's not do that. Because she was already going with LaKendra and whoever, so whoever else in the chat. So it was hot. And here I am. So sprinkling my mist. Yes.
Yeah, because we don't do hot breaths over here.
Hot breath. Okay, so she basically was like, yeah, I didn't even know you were still alive. That's one of the things. She said she didn't know I was still alive. You the original. Matter of fact, I need to go grab this audio because I could use this as a little soundbite for my little channel over here. She said,
she just said you was magical and powerful, but yet she didn't know you was still alive. No, she's thinking about herself. She didn't know she was still alive till when Kendra struck that nerve. She was like, oh my God, I'm still here.
Exactly. Well, she tried it. And she said,
didn't work.
She said you was the original.
Oh, that means you was authentic. You are brilliant and unique. She really complimented you with her stupid. Ooh, boy. Yeah. Shut up, Kim.
Well, she said you was the original lock R. Kelly up. You was the original.
Oh, now you're locking him up. You locked him up.
Well, she's saying, because I guess that's the 2 teams, lock him up or free him. So we're on the lock him up side. And, typically people attribute that side all the way to Team Truth or now Oko. So, but we in there too. So anyway, she said all that. She said basically, you was there until Larry came. And what did she say? Took me down or something to that effect. Yeah, she said that. And some other stuff. When people are trying to calm down, you don't know her. You don't know these magical animals or whatever she said. And wow, like laughing. It was hilarious to me. I was like, please go take your meds. We do not want to go.
She about to stroke herself up out of here.
It was just a funny moment. And then right after that, somebody else from Oko came in with their own issue. It was like a whole separate thing. And I was like, let me get up out of here because this is crazy. But
that's what she get though. They came at her from all angles.
But she, one thing
did y'all catch that? I said, did they catch that shade? That Fed agent said they was gonna hit R. Kelly from all angles. I said Angie must have got hit from all angles that night.
Oh shit. You never know who might end up,
especially to professional garglers.
Girl. So what I didn't mention that she said also, which is one of the things I really did want to address, is that I think she said talked about Toon's mother right after she passed away. Now,
Okay,
Toon,
that's lies.
if
That's a
y'all don't
bald
know,
faced lie.
if y'all don't know Toon is an Oak Cove person. He is
Mm-hmm.
he's out here in my city actually. And at one point when I was going back and forth with these people, let me just say, anytime you see me going back and forth, except for today, because that was kind of my bad for doing that. Like anytime you put yourself in the middle of something, don't, there's no surprise somebody's gonna talk shit to or about you. And so I put myself in that chat, and therefore whatever happens, happens. Like I'm not trying to blame nobody. I'm just saying typically most of the time I am not involved in no bullshit unless somebody
Right.
comes for me, because ain't no punks over here. So, but with regard to Toon's mom, I wanted to just address that. So yeah, I was doing these messy Mondays because I had to fucking address these motherfuckers, let them know. And
Exactly.
a messy Monday today.
And
And
they
so,
can catch a replay if they want to know.
oh yeah, they're in the archives. They might be in the member channel. But anyway, what had happened was, so typically when I do lives or anything I do in life, like any move, even sometimes a phone call, depending on the nature of it, I will do a meditation. I do
Mm-hmm.
meditations like frequently, therefore
Fact.
I'm really tapped in. So like I have
Fact.
intuition that is stronger than you know ever that I've had in life, like, and,
Yeah.
and it works for me. So I didn't meditate before I jumped in that chat though this morning. I didn't do that didn't
You
happen.
didn't have to.
I
And I'm
should
gonna say
I should
that God has died. She does know because I remember that live because she got a message from my mother as well. And she gets messages from my mother. She got a message from my mother before she even talked to me. And I emailed her inquiring about learning how to meditate, let alone. And I know she knows her gift and what she's talking about because I met her in real life, face to face. And she knew about family members that she didn't know me from a can of paint that I had never told her about, let alone a dream that I had. And she knew details. And I hadn't even told anybody yet because I was writing it down. And so, yeah, our loved ones and ancestors do come to people like God has done. Then they see you're knucklehead and you're not listening and paying attention. They will tap her on the shoulders and say, "Hey, can you let them know?"
That's
And
exactly what happened, because I do get it I get it in the audio. It's like my right
you
ear.
said a lot of mothers came to you that night.
Yes, it was like a whole line of moms. It
You
was
didn't
like,
even have to tell everybody who all moms came.
I had a couple moms that I could
Yeah.
have. Well, so basically, let me just say that, it was actually humbling for that to happen, because when I was meditating, I was really asking just for guidance. I was just asking for guidance for the live. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to conjure up no shit or like nothing like that. It's all light work over here. So
Right.
her,
You know.
obviously she felt safe that I was going to deliver the message, and I did it verbatim. I wrote it down as the message came in, and I
Yep.
spoke it in the mic. So it wasn't me talking about, I'm putting up air quotes, his mother. It was me delivering a message from her to him.
Yeah.
And it just so happened to be things that he needed to get together and get himself, so it came from me because of the adversity that was happening, but it went well. It was aligned with what he needed to hear. And it
Yeah.
might not have been nothing he wanted to hear, but
Or he didn't want to hear it from the from you. He probably wanted to hear it from somebody else. But at the end of the day, the message got through.
well, obviously, I think he was saying his sisters were going to come for me and all kind of stuff after that. So, but I just wanted to say, because he was threatening my life. That's the reason me and him were going back and forth, because he was making these comments on different lives and basically threatening my life. A man out here in my city. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what you want to do. So it just turned into a whole bunch of bull. At this point, all of that is said and done, and water over the bridge. I am not tripping on none of that, and I don't have no, you know what I'm saying? It's over. So I'm just explaining the backstory, because a lot of people don't know, and some people do know and forget. Because I be hearing people say certain things, and it be people in the chat that know good and well that person is lying, but they don't say a damn thing to correct them. But I guess that's just how it go when you are a loyal follower. I guess that's what that's called. I guess. Please correct me though. If I'm saying something with authority and y'all know it ain't right, let me know, because I'm not trying to be walking around like the emperor with no clothes, you know. So I could put on some. So anyway, I think that was it. Yeah, I think I addressed what I wanted to address about like Tunes and Mom and like LaKendra. Like I actually support. I want to just say outwardly too regarding LaKendra, back to her. I didn't ever engage with her or know of her when I was interacting with, at the time it was Team Truth. But I have caught her lives in the past, and it's something about her vibe. Like I actually enjoy her. You know, I could listen to her. A lot of times when people are cracking on somebody or things like that, it rubs me. It just rubs my spirit the wrong way. A lot of times it's just something about it, but it's something about her. I don't know, because she's funny. I don't know what it is, but I just want to say that, you know, and then also, you know, she lost a loved one that I could relate to, you know, being a widow and all. So I just felt my heart went out. So with all that being said, I do keep up with her, but when I hear bullshit like constant, and then a lot of people listen to this person, what is that? Everybody okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, I heard some choking or something, I thought.
Oh, I'm sorry. I tried to mute my mic in time. That was my problem.
Oh God, goodness, child. Oh, baby. Okay. So that's that on that. Listen, if you, all the backstory is in the archives, and if you aren't a member, you might as well go ahead and join, so you go check it all out. $1.99 a month. So, but yeah, that's about it on that. Unless anybody else has something to add on that, because
I'm just wanted to say again, I'm a living testimony, and y'all tried got us down one time, and I promise you, you will not regret it at all. Period. It will be life changing and mind blowing. Like I said, I don't even rock in my sleep no more, and so yeah. But that's if you really want to receive what's meant for you, and if you're ready to take that leap, because chances make champions. And that's all I gotta say. And we gonna move on to next topic for tonight, because
exactly.
Another one bites the dust.
I appreciate what you said. I didn't pay her.
We spent too much time on that. Let's roll. Let's move on. Unbothered. You are too much of a bigger person.
First and foremost, I'm going to make a correction on what you just said. I can't just let it fly, because when I spend time on something, it's necessary.
It's for a reason.
I just really need that. I don't want to say respect, because I don't feel you're being disrespectful, but I just feel like I get it. But when I need to get something off my chest, I need to let it all out. If I leave anything lingering.
Can I ask one question, please?
Maybe.
Are these channels still, is this still talking about R. Kelly, or is it just something totally different?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't really know, because I don't watch them enough to know how consistent their R. Kelly stuff is. But yeah, I just do know that that's the glue that binds everybody. So R. Kelly's like nasty glue, if you can imagine where that glue came from.
Right, nasty, sweaty, unwashed balls.
Oh, speaking of R. Kelly, I guess we could start with that. Queen had asked if we were going to talk about Boosie. I know Miss Della, I know she wasn't trying to.
Who is Boosie?
Boosie, the rapper. I guess he's a rapper.
Oh, Boosie. I don't know why Boosie can't shake him off. That's the only thing I don't like about Boosie. Other than that, I like Boosie, you know.
Let me pull up the.
He just need to let it go. He's under that. Forget the music. Get from under the beats and the instrumental part and all that, because it's that frequency that got him like that. I think if he goes sober for a week, he'll come up out of the R. Kelly funk, and then he'll see the light of day.
He might need a little longer than a week. I don't know, because you see them.
Well, it don't take but a minute, honey, to get from underneath his little thickness, a funky self. you get that good breath of fresh air, you're gonna be like, what? I need more of this.
I just
He
saw a
is.
video where he was complaining about R. Kelly. I mean, I guess all the time he got, and of course, everybody's gonna say, if you felt that way, why you didn't testify?
Right. That's what I ask everybody who wants to complain at this point. I'm looking for the video. I think this is it. Yeah. Oh, it's Vlad. Can I play Vlad? Is he gonna strike
I
me?
don't know.
I can play that.
He be trickery. He worse than the female on the PMSing. You know, you don't know what mood he's in.
Okay, I will just show a picture of it and I'll play it in the background. We'll do it like that. So just give me 1 second. But Miss Delado, listen, I feel you. Because especially if you're not even like really involved in the bullshit, not to go back to it, but I'm just saying, I this came back up to my mind. So it's like it's even more trivial than than you really. I already feel like it's trivial, so I really understand like why. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna share the screen. Wrong screen because I need to play that one. Damn. Okay. So weird. Technical difficulties. Please, someone speak. Give me a second.
I'm here.
I was gonna say who is Vlad, but you might be hang up. Go ahead.
Vlad TV.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's a YouTuber. He's like Ukrainian, but most of his content is like hip hop stuff. People call him a culture vulture. All right, so let me play what he had to say here. I'm gonna turn this music down. I don't know I don't know. Did you watch this? Anybody? Kim, did you watch this?
No, not that one. But I heard him speak out before old interviews. He's like a faithful interviewer for Vlad. Like I think it's some contract mess going on.
Well, I was just asking because I'm not sure where it is on here because I think this is like long. This is I think this is following the sentencing. So this is probably his most updated rant.
Oh yeah, I didn't see
viral. It. Okay. All right. I'm gonna just play it. Here we go.
Well, R. Kelly, 30 years. You've been very vocal about this.
Yeah.
Tell me your thoughts.
I just feel like he was over sentenced, man. You know, when it come to, and because he's black with money, you know, I can pull up over 10, 11, 13 cases where people have raped people. I'm talking about intentionally raped people. You know, white people have raped people. I'm talking about raped their own and got months of probation. You know, it's just, you know, he was done dirty, man. You got people who kill people who confess and say, I did it, manslaughter, 10 years. Take people's lives from their family. You know what I'm saying? What he did was wrong, having that infatuation, fucking with them little girls. He was enticing them with a lifestyle. Right. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't hiding behind the bushes, throwing them in the fucking thing, strangling them, fucking them.
Right.
Don't make him seem like he was sitting outside the club, throwing them in the back of the trunk. You know what I'm saying? Because social media will fuck you up. You know, you got the parents involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they get no time.
Right.
You know, it definitely was consensual when it's the mama and the family.
I agree.
So 30 years, you're talking about killing somebody. That's what you're talking about. You can give anybody else. They got these guys who've been fucking these kids, raping them. I'm talking about raping them, going saying, Your Honor, I did it. They let them go home. But he's R. Kelly and he has money. So he was gave 30 years. That man can come out here and help these women about predators.
Okay.
He can warn them.
Okay.
I'm not finished.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not finished, man.
Go ahead.
They over-sentenced this man, and I don't like how...
I'm going to pause this. This is like halfway through. Because already, like, he starts off by saying there's people who intentionally did this, as if he did it by accident. Like, what is that? I don't understand.
It wasn't just all the parents that was in compliance with that. And then not only that, he did drug and kidnap and hold hostage a lot of those girls, women, boys, and young girls. And hell, at this point, Believe too. So he had dogs.
The dog Believe. Outside of Mickey D's.
So no. he confessed. I mean, he not say confessed, but he stated R. Kelly was messing around with little people. He feels that okay, he did do what he did. However, R. Kelly said he didn't do it. They all were lying.
Wow, Shamanic said, she said, be advised, this man speaking Boosie has never ate a veggie or fruit in his life, not grounded in the universe at all. Yeah, he's definitely the definition of a low vibe, just somebody who's super disconnected. Yeah, just, I think first, also he's himself dabbling in things, that he wants to protect. You know what I'm saying? He has done things where you go.
Yeah, facing the
say that again.
The what was the lethal injection? He was on death row. So he beat 8 murders,
He did? I didn't know that. How long ago was that? You there? All processed junk running through his veins. Ugh. Even if these
had 8 charges, 8 murders, and he's gone. He said he was on. And he said that, he was scared. He was scared, but he beat all 8 murder cases, and then that's how he got out. And then I guess he just focused on getting his money and staying out.
This is just sick. And to say this publicly, and he mad. He's not just speaking on it. He mad, okay? As if it's happened to him.
Yeah.
On a whole path.
Say that one more time.
I said he on a warpath.
Exactly. He reminded me of one.
But you know what? I do like Boosie, but I did contradict himself, because Boosie said in one of the interviews with Vlad, when they were talking about, like, people that put hits out on people and this and that and the third, and how prison does other inmates and everything else, he hypocrited himself and was like, well, he just, he effed up and he in an effed up situation. But, a lot of times they already got the word out, and whatever big house he goes to, they're going to be waiting on him and this and that and the third. And he was like, it's probably already been something already taken care of as far as like a deal or a payment that already been sealed. So
well, let's finish. Listen, it's 2 minutes. Let's just power through it.
That big yard, he ain't gonna make it out that yard.
Okay, let's see
what all this man has done for music. How the black people is just tearing them down. All this stuff this man has done for music. If This man done shit bigger than Michael Jackson, Elvis. If this was Elvis and he got 30 years and the mamas them knew that the daughters was fucking, they'll have 1 million white people out there right now protesting. Re-sentenced, they'll have 1 million white people protesting right now.
Right. Elvis.
I'm going to tell you what my people do to their people.
Elvis married a 14-year-old.
That's exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I gotta pause this again. I'm sorry, y'all. I know we want to get off of this, but
why would we lift R. Kelly up and he did this to his own people?
Right. And why are you comparing it to other people, white, black, whoever it is?
To Elvis in that generation. Elvis Presley. Come on now.
And they're saying, oh, well, he married a 14-year-old. Well, as far as I recall, like back then, it was her parents did that. You know, they gave that permission as well. But they got married, and didn't they have a child? What's her name? Marie. I forgot her name. But that was a family dynamic, not like trafficking girls and young girls, underage girls, with them all on videotape, peeing on them and everything else, all the other abuse, collecting the tapes being sold on the street, all these girls damaged, like giving them herpes. Like, this is different. It's not the same thing. And even if it is, so what? We're not even talking about that. Even if it is, that's not what we're talking about. Like, we're talking about R. Kelly. So that whataboutism is so annoying. Go ahead.
He think it's okay. No one is going to take away the music from R. Kelly. R. Kelly was a great musician. Still is, I guess. He had music, and he's right. He did do a lot of music. Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, Lady Gaga, and all of that. However, you need to be held accountable. It's over with now. But this guy lives in a different universe. He lives in a bubble. And it's sad for him to even come out his mouth and say that. Suppose it was his child. But that's okay. Carry on.
He probably would be cool with it, seemed like. Exactly. No. Yeah, he's conflating things that just aren't the same. Like, come on, dude. None of this was consensual. R. Kelly R-worded these girls, and they stopped bringing up Elvis. He'd been dead for like 50 years. Okay. They bring Elvis up and Jerry Lee Lewis. And I'm like, and what's his name? Hugh Hefner. But R. Kelly is he's in a whole universe to himself with this. And the fact that they got him is going to hopefully help with like ending this shit, as far as like, you know, the underage abuse and the trafficking and all that shit. At some point, like, there has to start somewhere, you know. Lisa Marie, exactly. Okay, Beautiful Spirit is hopping in the chat. Thank you for your contribution, as always. Exactly. Yeah, you guys are on point, as always. Hashtag smart people only over here. But yeah, let me just, like I said, let's just finish this up, because I like to finish stuff, you know, usually.
How we tear down each other. 30 years is an excessive sentence. Excessive. There are people kill people every day and get less time than that. That man was done wrong. It's a re-sentencing. The mama should be charged. I'm pretty sure he was fucking the mama and the daughters too.
Well, he was fucking Aaliyah's mom.
Okay, well, they should. You want to give a man 30 years? He wasn't tying them to the bed. He was masterminding bitches. Older niggas do it all the time. He was masterminding bitches with a lifestyle.
Mm.
He wasn't holding them, tying them up. If you leave a bitch at a studio for 3 weeks and she stay there and you come back, her mind is gone. You're not even fucking her like that. You hit her with that dick and you're gone. This man was not deliberately, he was fucked up to have that sense of urgency for young women, but 30 years, fuck no. And I'm gonna stand on that. Okay. And they can get in my DM. You can get in my DM all you want every day. You can come in my DM. Boosie, you got this, you got this, you got this. You need to get on the damn mamas. 30 years is excessive.
Well, that's what he said.
It's laughable. It's actually
Very.
So it's okay to do a crime, but 30 years is just too much. He should get something, but 30 years is too much. You ain't the judge. And again, you calling women bitches? Come on now.
Hazel said, I hear you. That's what I was trying to say, Hazel, without saying it, that he obviously is doing some things himself. But yeah, something is going on because that's a lot of passion behind defending R. Kelly. He might have had a little something going on with R. Kelly himself. All that stuff about how he helped Black people, this, that, and the other. I would rather gone without his music altogether than have him do what he did with these survivors and victims.
It's
and we don't even
the law. There are laws. There is against the law for a grown folk, a grown adult, to mess with children. I don't care about Elvis Presley 50 years ago. I don't care about Jerry Lee Lewis 50 years ago. There was no social media. Is there a videotape gonna pop up? And again, in 2008, he was acquitted. He had the chance then. Anyway, I don't even want to talk about it no more. I mean, regarding this, it is what it is. That was a very sad interview.
It was really just sad. Could be, yeah. I guess we could say it was sad too, but it was disturbing. It was sad as the sad keeps coming up because he is a Black man with a pretty big platform. He has a lot of followers, even with the bullshit he spews, which typically is what happens on social media. The people with the most like bullshit drama, like they seem to have the biggest audiences, because people like to be entertained. I get it. But that right there, to just outwardly defend that man in that way on Vlad, which is a big platform also, everybody gonna see that. It went viral and he proud of it, So that's the type of thing we're dealing with though in society. And that's what I'm saying. Like he is a representation of a certain sector of men out here in the world, unfortunately. And so ladies and men, because, there's a lot of fluidity out here. Be careful who you dealing with, because you might be dealing with a Boosie child. He might be coming across as somebody's host, a Michael B. Jordan. Although I don't even know if that's the right person to use in this analogy, but
those bitches.
Who?
He said those bitches.
Oh, that's what he said. Oh, that's what he called the victims.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what. Okay, Hazel said, calling the victims the B word, women that were children when they were abused by R. Kelly, and a lot of them still suffering and traumatized from that, mentally stunted. She said, yeah, Boosie has done it too. That's why he's defending R. Kelly so hard. He don't want to go to prison either. Right. It's opening the door. That's what this says to these people. Like, okay, now the gate's open. It's wide open for y'all, for us to grab all of y'all. They probably can't even sleep at night wondering if they're going to come and knocking on the door, the feds with the indictment in hand, with the search warrant and all of that. Even if it was lawful, it's unethical. Exactly. Some people do strictly by the law on the whole consent thing. But to me, if some states are 16 and some are 17, either one, like, to me, still, it doesn't matter. Like, you should not, as a grown person, be messing with no kids like that, abusing them, forcing yourself on them. And a lot of times this man was the first for a lot of people when they were young and minors.
And videotaping them. And that's
videotaping them, making them engage with other people who they don't know, giving them herpes, just humiliating them, making them eat shit, all kind of stuff. And like Boosie said, her mind is gone. He knows.
And what did Dan say? Remember, she would never forget the little thin girl crawling out from underneath the boxing ring naked, giving somebody else. Oh my God, it's just, I mean, it is what it is. And she said, you produce your own films. You did that. Nobody else did it. You did it. So of course, nobody's gonna be there to witness it because you did it yourself. Only person gonna be there witnesses are the victims, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was looking at Welcome Fresh Trucker. Boosie just sour about Riri. I don't know his history and who Riri is, but I heard him out here looking for a quote unquote midget. He was like, people were saying that, you know, oh, that's politically incorrect. They're little people. But he was giving some party and his my partners is looking for the midget that was at the last party, the little pretty black, dark skinned one or whatever he was saying. And I'm just like, does he have any self-awareness at all? Does he even hear him? Does he think at all before he speaks? I mean, it's just so crazy to me.
Because like he said, they think because, oh my God, this person got money. And they think because, oh my God, this is somebody famous, they got money, you're gonna do whatever you do just to get a few little dollars. That's exactly what he think. That's why he probably looking for somebody. Why are you looking for that person? What are you gonna do with that person if you find that person?
Exactly. Yeah, Queen is reminding, because I did remember he did something with his teenage son for one of his birthdays, and I couldn't remember if it was a prostitute, but she's saying it was a lap dance. I think it was a prostitute, but I think he turned 16 or 15 or something like that. Yeah, that's the type of gift he would give.
So there you go. That's their lifestyles. So that's why he talks that way, because that's the lifestyle that he knows. That's exactly why.
Shamanic says she's dealing with a few at work, but they're women. Wow. Yeah, it goes all over. Women, men, like I said, it's a lot of, everything happening out there. That's why y'all got to be careful. I say y'all because I am so careful. Like, I'm scared how careful I am. I am too careful. But, you got to be. Like, I had a client come for a meditation late night. Well, it's a friend / now it's a client. We used to be friends, and I forgot that this person, I'm like, so, because they just got off work. It was like weird. It was early in the morning. I'm like, wait, do you drive Uber Eats or people? Like, oh, both. Oh, get the hell up out of here. Like, I had totally forgot. And this person didn't remind me because they know, you driving people around in your little Prius or whatever, and you coming over here, you can meditate with me on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Although I do like to collect my cash because some people say they're going to cash app you and you got to chase them down. But nevertheless, yeah, I don't play those games at all. He believes in street justice. R. Kelly would be beat up by him. Are you saying if it was his daughter, he would have beat R. Kelly down? I believe that. Okay. Yes, the age of consent is 16 in some states, but some of his victims were younger than 16, like 12, 13, and 14. Yes, we know. We're going to be dealing with that in the Illinois trial. Those are kids. Yeah, you can't argue about a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, 14-year-old. And I think some places the age of consent is even 14. I believe Germany, because I remember early on during this thing, people were saying how his fans, a lot of people supporting him, how he should have hightailed it to Germany, that Germany was actually courting him to do like a residency out there or something. And he would have been at home because 14, I don't know if this is true, but this is some things I have read. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's just how not smart this man is. He could have definitely gotten out the country with all the warning he had about himself and what was going on. The feds was looking at him for a few years before he actually got indicted. So he had plenty of time to do something about it, but he was too cocky and, just too set in his ways and entitled to think that he could possibly get touched.
What did he say? They should have done this shit 30 years
ago. Exactly. Let me see. Do I have any videos we can Which one is this?
30 years. Robert.
Yeah, he mad.
How y'all doing? It's me, R. Kelly. Hey, I'm start back touring when I get out. Got a new CD. Gonna come out in 2051. Yeah, 2051. New CD. R. Kelly coming out. Y'all support me. I'm gonna start touring again. I ain't done. No, I ain't done. New CD. What? What?
Fuck you, R. Kelly, bitch.
Yeah. I do agree with Landfair's being thrown in jail too. I don't know about Aaliyah's mom. She stopped it. Did Aaliyah's mom stop it?
Who knows? Because she never came out and say anything. And I thought he was talking about the Clarys. You see what I'm saying? The Chicago trial ain't even started yet. He probably was talking about the Clarys, Queen Keish. Like I said, when Chicago come, they already trying to hit stuff off already. You can't. They don't want them saying Rashawn to have herpes. Herpes is the least of benefit. Who cares? It don't make a difference if you say that child should have herpes or not. The bottom line to it all is you shouldn't. I don't care. That girl had no life. Her whole life was gone. Remember, she was with him until she was still 30 years old, living in the basement until they lost that mansion. And calm there. Hazel say I'm trying to calm down. A grown defendant, I guess so.
Every
Man,
time.
they were okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she said these were kids. I can't believe people are so evil to defend an adult intentionally hurting children. And that's my thing. They always want to say, y'all want to take down the black man. And what about black children? What about children in general? But like black children, black women, like why is it always us against them? Like why don't they support us also? I don't understand that. Not to say everyone, because I know we have men here who don't support R. Kelly. And I know there are a lot of men out there, but a lot of men do. Like, it's normal.
And I want to go back to the sentencing. He had the opportunity to at least get up and say something. You showed no. That's why Faith wasn't gonna talk, and then she said him and the Bone Jean and all them had smirks on their face when the impact speech was going up. You showed no remorse. That's why you got 30 years. Because you showed no remorse. Like I can't. You didn't even the impact statements. You turned your head and you were unbothered by it. So that's why you got 30 years, because you feel I can't. But fuck this. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna sit here. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that you have to sit here and face the people that you did this to. So instead of you feeling remorse, that's what all the other people do. They feel remorse and they apologize to try to get your sentence reduced. The governor asked for 25 years. She gave you 30 because you were unbothered.
Exactly. And Judge Ann, she must have a sense of humor to give him that 30 years. She's like, I will give your ass right back what you tried to give us. We gonna give it right back to you. So yeah, she said, I think Queen Keish means when they separated Aaliyah from R. Kelly forever. At the last straw of it, yeah. I mean, but it had gone on for, this is when I think they found out she had gotten pregnant and married, right? So, okay, beautiful spirit, I got you. Thank you. And yes, send love to your dad. Prayers up for him. So, yeah, there's updates of R. Kelly's Illinois trial in the member channel. There's been filings. There's going to be filings back and forth up until, the trial starts on the 15th of August. So I'll be updating that stuff in there. And, that's what it is. New York should be wrapped up at this point, I think, following that whole suing of the prison, suing of the Brooklyn jail, for the suicide watch. By the time the government responded, he was off a suicide watch. And both parties have since agreed it's a moot point. And the new judge coming in, as far as when I last looked, there was no response from the new judge coming in. But, that's where that's at. So New York is done. And she's going to have to go to the appeals court for any appeal requests for this man, which is also laughable. Yeah. Not to get dark, but do y'all think that it's a possibility that the industry or R. Kelly actually took Aaliyah out because she was the biggest threat to R. Kelly if she would have spoken out against him? We have talked about that here. I know Kim, Beautiful Spirit, is very vocal about her opinion on this, which is a yes. She believes that it has something to do with R. Kelly. Matter of fact, there's been, we talk rumors and stuff over here sometimes just because sometimes things that are out there are not necessarily false. But talk that he was on the island and she got wind of it, and that's why she was trying to get up out of there. But that's not been confirmed, so it's nothing I'm gonna stand by. But just to say that we really don't know what really happened. All I do know is that I'm trying to think. Lenny Kravitz, I think, was the artist who provided her the plane, and then the director of the video that they were on, Rock the Boat. What was his name? Hype Williams. Hype Williams took the plane. He took the plane. So she was forced to, use what was handy or what was set up for her. I don't know. We don't know. And I don't know if we'll ever know. There's been people who have come out and spoken, like the little boy. There was a kid who helped her when she was waiting in the cab to get to the plane or something to that effect. And he has since spoken out, and his mother, she drove the taxi, and they were saying she seemed like she was drugged, like she was out of it, like on sleeping pills or something. And people said that her team gave her something because she was afraid she didn't want to fly. She was afraid, and they gave her something to settle her down. But they were like, yeah, she had to basically be carried onto the plane. And that doesn't sound right to me, and why would her life be risked like that?
She was doing movies. Romeo Must Die. That is still one of my favorite little movies.
Yeah, she was just blossoming.
And what's the vampire one? Damn, what was it? What was the name of that one? I just watched that one.
Yeah. What was the name of that one? Queen of the Dam?
Yes, Queen of the Dam. Like I said, she made it. And you see what I'm saying? All these other people that said it was going to do a career, nobody made it. Now,
right.
One person that we're not talking about, you already writing songs for people that's already established. Jackson and Silly, all those people already got their careers, but nobody else made it.
Exactly, because I think Barry Hankerson might have had a lot to do with why she was able to make it out from under him and keep making it in the industry as she was on his label, and he was the one with the music connections and things happening. So a lot, and did nobody else have a Barry Hankerson in their corner.
That is true.
As much as we can't stand that man, I mean, I think and maybe if he wasn't involved, she could have been even bigger. I don't want to say that he's totally responsible, but he was a fighter, and he did, I think, make sure that her music continued to, while she was alive, she was continuing to work it, and to make it happen, even though she did, I think, leave him at some point too. And yeah, the rumors too are that she was going to be a big a big witness in his 2008 trial. That was the other rumor. What was her when did she pass away? So he was indicted in 2001, and she passed before the trial, and I don't remember the year, but yeah, we don't know, unfortunately. Wait, Beautiful Spirit. No, Aaliyah's mom didn't do anything because she stayed close friends with Kelly, but her father did retain a lawyer and try to stop it. Oh yeah, the mother didn't, but the father did. And the rumors that say that she slept with R. Kelly too could, this is lining up with that. I've never said one way or another. We don't know if she did or not, but I don't know if I believe that she did. But knowing him, I do believe she did. Just because it's R. Kelly.
I agree. And then you lied. You had some of the supporters. He never married her. That's a lie. And all that time he married her, and then he finally admitted that he married her. I mean, you just gonna lie to the end. And I'm never gonna forget the bus driver. You had Rashawn bus the whole time. The whole time when the trial was going on, when they was looking for her, to make sure that girl did not testify. You had 3-4 different buses. I guess I forgot you called it the F bus. The bus driver had to put a curtain up there because you wouldn't let him see who walked on the bus. The bus did not have a bed. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. You got all this money, but your bus did not have a bathroom. So the bus driver was getting his $3,000 a week. He had to clean up poop and stuff in little sandwich bags, and all you did was wash your body up with baby wipes. But again, wherever state you go in, because you know he was afraid to fly too. So wherever state he went to, he had to know where the local mall was, and he had to know where the McDonald's was. That's just something he did. That's it. I got to pick up somebody wherever I go. Don't forget about them girls in Baltimore now. And Gloria, and so like I said, he probably gonna be broke, extra broke, because the 2 girls in Baltimore also suing. Remember that video I sent you? Everybody thought they were lying. They got picked up. They got picked up at the one of his concerts. He took them back, took them 2 girls back, or let's just say he picked out several people at the concert, gave them marijuana and liquor. One girl ran in the bathroom. He hurt them so bad, penetrated them girls hurt them girls so bad, till they were holding on to the wall leaving.
Oh yeah.
And that's another lady that he picked out of the audience, was a girl, whatever, was on her way. And once she saw those girls holding on, that one girl holding on to the elevator, she turned around and walked out. That lady came and met Gloria Allred and collaborated their story. They were crying and everything else. She said, I did. She said, yes, I saw you. She said, because I was supposed to meet him next. And she said, once I saw the condition you was in, I turned around and left.
Oof.
So that's what you do. Girls from each state over and over and over and over. So again, it's just, and if you were sick and if you needed help, then you should have gotten help. You know, and for Boosie to sit there and say that's just a lifestyle, that's not just a lifestyle. People date celebrities all the time. They're not forced to do all this stuff, videotape and all this other little stuff. That don't mean, okay, you date a celebrity, you're going to get your ass whipped and be starved. Did you hear what Boosie said? You know, not eating, 3 days or so. You must be crazy. That's not how you treat somebody. When I'm pretty sure when Azriel and the rest of them met him, they wasn't worried about, oh my God, if I look up at somebody, I'm gonna get my ass whipped or not eat for 3 or 4 days. That's not a relationship. That's abuse.
There it is. But yeah, back to Aaliyah. So she passed August 25th, 2001, and he was indicted in 2002. And in 2001, at that time, he knew he was being investigated. I imagine, especially being that this was his first investigation, that he was terrified, doing crazy things to keep. This is when he was, they weren't collecting tapes until what, like 2005, I think, in the middle, closer to the trial time. But I don't know. It still lines up for me that he could definitely have been involved. Let's not forget Linda Minch. We can't never forget his attorney, Linda Minch, who was killed like a couple weeks before his New York trial, hit by a nondescript van. The man on camera gets out and looks to make sure she's dead before he drives off in the middle of the day. Not right.
And that's why they ain't let him out. He did everything, diabetes, COVID, anything to get out. Well, anything to get out because he wanted to try to control stuff. But again, I don't know if I'm pretty sure his attorney had to know on hand who these Jane Does were. Oh, but wait a minute, maybe they didn't. Remember, he wanted to know who the Jane Does were, and I think that they were actually in fear of him knowing who it was because they was worried about them in their protection. Remember that? So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't know if these people could have been harassed or threatened or anything like that. So I don't know. Okay, I'm done with him.
Right. But I do want to say, I'll just address what Beautiful Spirit said here. Did anyone see and listen to Kim Whitley? I think it is the comedian. She told me about it. I hadn't seen it. And she said the other day about how she's been working with the FBI for years because she received tapes and reported R. Kelly. So she's been working with the feds behind the scenes for years, according to her. And I'm sure she's not the only one. I saw Portia Williams on another talk show recently about her experience with him, and she didn't come out with her information that she was dealing with him till he was, I think, had been convicted. And once he was convicted, a lot of people have been able to come out. There's a lot of people still hiding, whether it's because of their own shame or fear of, some type of retribution from him and his people. Boosie knows the celebs with a mental illness, I'm sure. Yeah. Aaliyah was in Tiffany Hawkins' deposition to testify, and yes, Miss Stella bus driver was Terrence Allen. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we're done with him. What else I got? What else do I have on this picture? Oh yeah, we have. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead and put the picture up. So, we
Just
can
a
talk
mention.
about. Well, you go ahead and do him, and then I can do Dr. Oz. And I hate to even tell you that I had my iPad was at 100%. We down to 27%. So
Well, go ahead then with yours.
Well, so I know you had Dr. Oz. So everybody knows, everybody on this panel knows how important it is to vote. Hey, there's other things that's going on in this world besides goddamn R. Kelly. We have to make sure, the Roe v. Wade incident, people still out there protesting, how you got the January 6th committees. You got lying ass Trump still doing what he doing, putting people. He's endorsing a whole bunch of people. So basically, what he's doing, he's endorsing anybody who says the 2020 election was stolen. Those people get endorsed. These are some people are lunatics, QAnon conspiracy theory people. He backed Dr. Oz. And Dr. Oz won. He just won his primary, so he has to go up against he's gonna lose. He had to go up against John Fetterman. John Fetterman is the shit. He is the lieutenant. He was the mayor of Pennsylvania, and now he is the lieutenant governor there. Dr. Oz wasn't even there. He was living with his think moved in with his mother-in-law. He's not even a real registered he don't even have an address there. But he won that, but he's losing that. He knows he's gonna lose. So that's just one up. And then you got Herschel Walker. Good Lord. Herschel Walker, Lord forgive me. Herschel Walker. Everybody know he was a football player. He must have been knocked on the brain 100 times. Again, the 2020 election was stolen. Next thing you know, Herschel Walker, he won his primary too. He's gonna have to, and he's gonna have to go up against Warnick, who in Georgia. His ass is losing. He lied. That's all he does is lie and make up shit. Can't even form a sentence. He's ignorant. He's a buffoon. So his own campaign is good. I'm glad you had that up. you know, when you're gonna try to run for some type of office, people dig up dirt. There was some kind of interview he did talking about deadbeat fathers, and next thing you know, come to find out he got all these goddamn kids.
Right.
Campaign people asked him, did you have this son? He lied and said no. Then he had to come back and say, yeah. Come to find out he had another 2 kids. The bottom line to it all is, so what Trump is doing, he's putting all these different people in this, and I'm just gonna go by Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, the swing states and shit that he lost. He's endorsing lunatics enough to get in those offices. So let's just say, my God, if a Democrat did win, you got people sitting in them state offices that can say, well, I don't think he did win, and throw those out. That's how bad our democracy is right now. The January 6th hearings will start back again on Tuesday. The live hearings is going to be Tuesday and Thursday. No, next Tuesday and Thursday. And then yesterday, the White House counselor, I forgot his name, Cipollone, did speak for almost 7 hours behind closed doors. So I'm pretty sure something is going to come out from that. And again, you know, that people out there still protest because you have a lot of Republicans in these states are against they're already making their laws in where you can't have an abortion in that state. So hopefully the Democrats can try to pull this out, you know, and try to, you know, and try to win in the midterm, because if they don't, it's gonna be horrible. They're gonna attack, because that's all. Trump lives off of chaos and destruction. That's his whole life. No one can be happy unless he's trying to destroy something. First thing they do, if the Republicans take the Senate back, they're going to impeach Biden, because that's it. That's all it is now. It's just power over people. It's no more. All of them have swore their oaths. It's no more of going back to doing any type of policy. It's just a revenge thing, because they're cowards. They can't even. If you go up to one of those snake Republicans and ask them, "Is Joe Biden the president?" they would deflect around the question. They won't answer the question, because Donald Trump will be upset with you if you said that. Now, Herschel already turned on Trump and tried to say Trump didn't endorse him. He was going to run anyway. We already know that's a lie. Herschel Walker is a pathological liar. His own campaign said they can't believe nothing that come out that man's mouth. That's why Warnock is going to get his ass.
They said his own campaign team said that he's a liar, a pathological liar.
Just like he said he had the cure for COVID. You know, they don't want to listen to me. It's this mess. You walk through this mess. You walk through this mess and you no longer have COVID. And I think I heard something where they said he called, I think his mother-in-law or mother on the phone to ask her, do you know any slaves that's still alive right now? He crazy.
What? These people are weird. Well, the message here, I think, is to everybody, make sure you're voting, whether it's midterm, you know, whatever it is, because a lot of these elections, they be trying to slip stuff in and people get voted in that have crucial power at the end of the day, you know. So these midterms, you know, these things there's just a joke. Dr. Oz, Herschel Walker, you know, and this man, like, I'm looking at this news report on him. It says when Herschel Walker's campaign aides approached him this winter to discuss whispers that he had a secret child, they said the rumors were false, but Walker's aides already knew he was lying, and they expected him to lie and had obtained documents in advance of that conversation verifying that Walker did indeed have another child. So this is a problem when someone lies knowing that people have the information and they still lie. That means you'll never get the truth out of this person. You're never going to get the truth out of them. Some people find that lying suits them, and it's actually a really cowardly way to live. by hiding behind lies when everybody knows the truth.
Trump
But
has
you
told
want
40,000 lies when he was the president. And I'll tell you another thing. That's why he likes those rallies. Even when he was president, he was trying to have rallies. Why are you having rallies? You the goddamn president. The reason why he have those lie rallies is because he get up there and just lie after lie and after lie because no one is going to question him at a rally. So he just goes there, and then you got those hypnotized supporters. He is nothing but a money grift. And is another thing. All these rallies that he's having, these states, he owes so many of these states money because he never paid them. He never paid them. Or they organizing a rally and all that. He never paid them a dime.
well, this guy is definitely not somebody that needs to be in any type of office. The way they're describing how they uncovered this man who was going around talking about negatively about deadbeat dads and things, people, men who don't take care of their children and things like that. Come to find out, they're uncovering not just one child, that he hadn't disclosed, but then two more, a 13-year-old, a son, and another child, a daughter from his college days. So, like somebody like this is not somebody, this does sound very much like Trump to put somebody like this into play and of course use them as a puppet for his own bidding. And like, it's not okay. And he shouldn't be able to run again, in my opinion, with all these lawsuits and hearings and probes. And, he's under investigation for several matters. Why is he
Way more
able
than several matters. And I just sent you a quick little video on Herschel Walker if you want to play it.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is this man got more legal issues than anybody. And again, they believe it or not, they said if Trump was to run today, he will win. I just find this hard to believe. They don't. The January 6th, you got the people that his supporters, they don't watch. But however, the ones that do watch, so there are two Republicans that are on, Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger. I think that's his. If I messed up his name. They getting death threats. They have played some of the mess. He pick up the phone and they threaten to kill him and his 5-month-old baby. All this in the name of Trump. So now it's death threat. They cowards and saying, "I'm coming after you, motherfucker." Terrible.
Whoa. Wait, let me come to the chat before I play this little clip here. Hold on. I'm late. Only Alice. Oh, we're still talking about R. Kelly up here. Let me just get that out the way though. Only Alice sent the text, so she needs to be in jail. You think she needs to be in jail for the text that they had on her? Because she don't have no charges on her. So why would she go to jail? I mean, it's a whole process you got to go through before going to jail now. But they did try to rescue Azriel when they found out she was getting beat and starved. The feds didn't think the text meant it. Exactly. They didn't think it was relevant to the charges. You got it. Beautiful spirit prayers. Yep. Both parties aren't clean, though. That is so true. That is definitely true. Vote for your governors, mayors, all local government. Exactly. Judges, important. Law enforcement stuff like the chiefs of the law enforcement, because ours is they're trying to put together a new way to get him out, because I guess they get it and they can't be ousted, but now they're trying to get, because this dude out here in LA is crazy, fighting with everybody. Okay, let's see. Federal government is a mess. Yep. She said, but we can't both sides what's happening with the Republican Party. That is very true also. The Republican Party, we can't, definitely need to be looked at on their own merits for the shit that's going down. Especially this January 6th stuff. Like, that is like this. I can't even word properly how I feel about the January 6th situations. Okay, let's play this video. Or were you going to say something first?
No, I gave you, it's this one, and I gave you another short one. Keep it going.
Okay. She said she don't think Trump will be back in office, or hopefully not. Okay. Press play.
Lying ass Herschel Walker. Lying again. This time he's lying about he used to be an FBI agent and a county police officer. Yeah. Georgia Republican Herschel Walker has been widely panned following a report that he falsely claimed to be a cop and an FBI agent. This is coming out of Newsweek. Walker claimed in 2017, that he was with the Cobb County Police Department in the state of Georgia. But the department has now told the Atlanta Journal-Constitution it has no record of him ever working there. Then his campaign comes out with a statement. They say, oh, he was an honorary deputy. Now, come back to me for a second, because the campaign, they don't realize they messed up. And media has not caught this yet. Herschel said he worked for the Cobb County Police Department. The campaign responds, oh, no. He was an honorary deputy. That's what he said. Hey, I called. Cobb County Police Department, they do not have deputies. They do not have honorary deputies. It does not exist. The campaign could not even get the lie to cover up the lie correct. All right, there's more. The campaign said he was an honorary deputy, but the police department could not confirm this. Walker also falsely claimed to have been an FBI agent in 2019, despite not being an agent, though he participated in a week's training at the FBI school in Quantico, Virginia. The former football star reportedly told an audience in 2019, and I quote, I spent time at Quantico at the FBI training school. Y'all didn't know I was an agent? No, bruh, we did not know you were an agent because, sir, you were not. Now, it's not missed upon me that this may be an expression of the mental health condition of Herschel Walker. And I do not besmirch anyone who's suffering from a mental health challenge. The issue is get help. Try to seek opportunity for remedy. Now, according to Herschel Walker, white Jesus has cured him of all of his mental health deficiencies. But those who work close with him, they tell another story. There's more. Occupy Democrats, a group that supports progressive Democrats, tweeted that Walker, and I quote, must suspend his campaign after he was caught in a humiliating lie as it was exposed that he falsely claimed to have worked as a police officer and even an FBI agent. Now, here's another part not being mentioned. These things are illegal. It is against the law to impersonate a law enforcement official. Wrong, ethically, yes, but also illegal. Now, yes, Herschel is to blame, but politicians in general are to blame as well. You all have set the bar so damn low that a prolific liar like Donald Trump and Herschel Walker become normative. Will this hurt Herschel Walker? No. Will the pro-police crowd all of a sudden be anti-Herschel Walker? No. There's more. In the past, Herschel Walker also falsely claimed to have graduated from the University of Georgia, as well as wrongly saying he was the high school valedictorian and that he founded a charity for veterans. Walker had also made headlines during his primary campaign for questioning evolution and asking why are there still apes. He lied about all of this and still won the Republican primary in a way that slaughtered the field. One of the top fundraisers in the Republican Party for this election cycle in the United States of America is Herschel Walker. Fascinating. Herschel Walker is controllable by the extreme elements of the Republican Party, including Trump himself. As long as he's willing to carry the water of white bigots in this nation, he will always have a place at their table to simply do one thing, not to challenge them and not to represent everyday people, but to represent that power structure. Adrian, thoughts on this?
You know, I automatically thought when I saw Herschel Walker saying all these things that were completely untrue, that he is just enjoying kind of a Trumpian time in politics, just saying whatever he wants. You know, he's next going to claim to be Miss Georgia. And then having a look at his background and whatnot and seeing that in 2001, he came out as an individual with dissociative personality disorder, which pretty much means split personalities. It kind of started to make sense. But then you also see part of his background, like he's been subject to red flag laws where guns have been taken away from him pursuant to a restraining order from his ex-wife. You see a lot of these behavioral issues that do raise significant concerns, because it's not necessarily a mental health issue, and I'm not in any way trying to be ableist to say that he couldn't do the job. It's the fact that we do not have an individual in Herschel Walker who is running for office who has shown himself to be qualified to do the job and also to be able to put the people first. And we should be able to have leaders in our country who are candid and who are forthright and are ready to truly represent the people. And it definitely doesn't seem mental health issues withstanding or notwithstanding that Herschel Walker can do that. And so it's really scary at this point, given how far he's gone, also given what he said and what he, I guess, doesn't stand for.
Yeah, and you got to imagine these are lies he tells while on stage. You have to think, what lies are he telling people in private? If he's willing to tell these kinds of lies in public, his private lies must be something serious. Lying.
Yes, definitely agree with everything that was said.
Play the next video real quick.
Is that also 6 minutes too?
No, this, and I'll tell you, this play it and you can just stop it and you'll I'll tell you what it's.
But it's the same. It's the same guy, right?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Herschel wins the primary.
Predict this, a guy who can barely put together an intelligent sentence has now won the GOP primary in the state of Georgia for the U.S. Senate. He won the Republican primary. He will face off with Reverend Raphael Warnock, U.S. Senator currently. When approached about the mass shooting and gun violence in America, this is what the potential U.S. Senator had to say.
Hey, Barney Roger, with CNN. Are you supporting new gun laws in the wake of this Texas shooting? Do what now? Do you support new gun laws in the wake of this Texas shooting? What I like to do is see it and everything and stuff. I like to see it and everything. Up there in New Jersey, thank you.
I like to do is see it. I want to see it. What? Let me tell you what's really happening here. Herschel Walker has not received instructions on what to say. That's why he had no answer that was even appropriate to the question. Even if you disagree with the answer, typically a politician has an answer appropriate to the question. He couldn't even do that because he has not been given instruction. There's a reason why he won the Republican primary yesterday. I want you to be reminded of a few things out of the state of Georgia. Not only is he a Trump endorsed candidate, he's also a very popular sports figure. But those things alone did not secure this for him. Remember, Donald Trump also endorsed Purdue to win the gubernatorial primary. That didn't work. He endorsed Bernie Jones into Congress. That didn't work. So it's not just the endorsement of Trump or the popularity of his name. It's also the reality that everyone who voted for him in Georgia, they know good and damn well he will simply be a surrogate for whatever the hell they tell him to do.
Is there more?
You can cut it off after that. That's fine. We're done.
Okay. I agree. This is called playing chess. And I think, a lot of people complain when we talked about this, but Ruth, what's her name again? I cannot remember this lady's name. Ruth Ginsburg, who passed away while on the Supreme Court. Her seat was important. I believe she was Democrat, right? So people were imploring with this woman to resign while Obama was in office so that they could Obama could seat somebody while he had the ability to do
Yeah,
so.
should have. I 100% agree because Snake Trump and Mitch McConnell, even though she tried to say wait till after they could care less and put that other woman in there. The woman with 7 kids that you knew, even though doing they little what is it called? Not testimony, but the grilling. Oh, we're not going to turn over Roe versus Roe v. Wade. We're not going to do that. They did it anyway. Brought that woman on there and rushed that woman right through the door. They ain't never in their life had somebody move that quick to push those people in there. So yeah, she should have done that then.
Yeah, she wasn't thinking of the whole of the, the future. She was thinking, I guess she felt like she still had work to do. But I feel like all the years she had been in her seat, she could have still had a word. I'm sure there was a couple people she still could give her advice to or whatever, who would have listened to her. But, you got to think about the future. She literally died while Trump was in office and gave him the perfect opportunity to put someone else, because he put Kavanaugh in? Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Neil Gorsuch, the same. Yeah, it was those 3. He showing up dead.
Yeah, so he was able to pad the Supreme Court, and this is why we have the disastrous reversal of Roe v. Wade, for instance, and who knows what else? Because Clarence Thomas, who's on the Supreme Court, as you know, had made comments that, we need to look at some other things, same-sex marriage and whatever else he said, but things that, have already made their way into law. And like, why are we not moving forwards instead of backwards? That's just what I don't get. And that's the problem. We don't have progressive people in the seats that are really effective, things that make a difference. We have the wrong people. Like, people need to let go and let the fresh blood come in. We need to be able to keep this thing flowing healthily, not people hanging on to their seat on a dying vine. They're not doing anything beneficial for the people, only self-serving, serving themselves. It's horrible.
I agree.
Miss Della's voice. Horrible. There's a petition out there to unseat Thomas, to be able to get him off of, I don't know, if this is possible, because I don't know all the ins and outs of the Supreme Court and the rules about impeaching a person.
Like 2 million.
They need 2 million signatures.
Yeah.
I think they could get it.
Up there, they all lied.
I need to find that petition.
I
think he could get 2 million. Comey, Barrett, and Kavanaugh. Okay. He is a puppet. That news anchor had it right. He has to wait to address the public.
Oh, I love this man. I love this man. I'm
gonna have to start following this channel.
I'm always, he tell it like it is. But Herschel Walker, it is a couple of videos, but this way it was just like, this brother's dumb. Herschel, just like he said, he couldn't even answer a question. But that's okay, because right now, all that line and stuff, he's behind first. He was ahead of Reverend Warnock. Not anymore, he ain't. Warnock, I believe, is up 9 points, and Dr. Oz is behind too. Dr. Oz is actually kind of scared right now. So yeah, and like I said, this is going to happen in November. Herschel Walker will be out, and in his crazy mind, he probably think he already won. He don't have a clue, sitting up there lying like that. I agree, Hazel. It's time for it. All of them need to go. All of it. Nancy, Mitch, all of them. They've been there too long. Okay.
I don't think that I had a picture of Maxwell. It was a still shot. What's her name? Maxine. Maxine.
The lady that's the one that's out. So she's You talking about that real? I can't remember her name, but I just saw something talking about her. Her dementia has gotten horrible.
Wait, I was talking about Maxine Waters. Is that who you're
Yeah.
talking about?
No, not Max. Oh, no. I'm not talking about Maxine Ward. Is another Democrat. Oh, I can't remember her name. I haven't seen her in a while. She has basically got dementia. It is so bad. Something Feinstein. Her dementia is so bad that they won't.
Diane
Yes,
Feinstein.
Feinstein. Yes. Her dementia is so bad. The last time when she was out there, she was asking us. I think she asked the same question 3 times. It's time for these people to go.
I didn't even realize she was still in office.
Yeah,
I haven't seen her in a long time anywhere.
She got dementia. They basically trying to hide her.
Yeah.
They need to go instead of you trying to hold. This is what I'm saying. All these. Prior to Trump, it was just the nation running. You had Obama, oh my God, the first black man, and then here comes Donald Trump. Donald Trump has done shit that's why you cannot pull nothing up in the news without hearing Donald Trump name. His name is everywhere, and he shook the country up. You did an insurrection. You tried to pull a coup because you lost the election. We don't know how close we came to that. They had stuff already planned. I told you, they had stuff, war rooms and everything else. So what it is, like I said, so now they don't know what to do about it. They had the opportunity to vote his ass out to not let him be president again, like they said in the committee. The first week he won an election, he lied and said he was doing some type of PAC. He got $100 million in the first week. He now has $200 million. This sitting in the fund, he using it to pay for his personal expenses, his security and stuff like that. He's a grifter. And then it's chaotic. Like you said, all this legal stuff, people don't care. They hypnotized. They think this man cannot do no wrong. Oh, they just bullying him. This man got so many different legal the Capitol Police are suing him. Some of the congressmen are suing him from the January 6th. He's being sued in Georgia. His firm is still being looked at in New York. And then the latest little thing, he started that Truth Social, supposed to be, Twitter. They've already subpoenaed. He jumped off the board of trustees real quick. Him, his son, and a couple of people, because he knew indictments was coming down. He just dirty. He just a dirty man. And every time he's always been like that all his life, a pathological racist, always like that. That's why he said to the Proud Boys when he was doing it, stand down and stand by. And what did they say? That was a thing of, okay. And he said they had what? Over 300 more members to join after Trump said that. President told me to come here and fight for. That's what he wanted. He wanted to be like Russia, where he controlled everything. If you say something against him, then he goes after you. That's all it is. It's just revenge. Anybody who crosses him or don't break the law for him, you're considered the enemy. So now what he's doing, while he's sitting in there eating cheeseburgers all day, he's endorsing lunatics. And some of these people are winning. And that's what he's doing. He's endorsing these people. So if he does decide to run, most likely he will. He ain't got to worry about they going to cheat and put him up in there. And he going to wreak havoc. You better believe that. And I'm going to say the last thing. The January the 6th, these are not Democrats. These are Republicans. These are Republicans that speaking of telling what he did. All these people are Republicans. These are his people.
Definitely his people. And like I said before, he's continuing to rally his base, because even if he isn't able to not even run, but like if he doesn't get very far, if he does try to run, I think still feels that if he gets these people charged up enough, that January 6th was like a test run, maybe he has something else that he has in store. and they need to be very prepared for this man to try to pull another coup of some sort.
Exactly, and that's what they talking about now. That's why he getting people, different people in different places already set up for like that. And that's why I say Nancy Pelosi, and that's another thing too. Soon as Trump lost and Biden took how Biden, got sworn in, Biden waited almost over a year to say something. Trump was still doing shit every day. So January 22nd, he was still doing shit every day. Doing shit. They doing everything. It took Biden almost a year to say, and that's why I think people are getting angry because, not saying, you know how Biden is. He's very compassionate and things like that. He's understandable. But people kind of want you to kind of fight dirty. Come on now. What I'm saying is this can't go. And after this January the 6th, we expected an department, even though the Department of Justice, they are doing some things, they're slow. They're slow. They got a couple of his lawyers subpoena, went in their house, subpoenaed, one guy's phone taken. But we need you to step up a little bit. Trump, it's like this. Think about this. Then this is a coincidence. He fired James Comey, and I think his name is Andrew McCabe. These are the people that work for the Department of Justice that refuse to do their bidding. I think I told you this before. And he fired McCabe the day before it was time, before the 1 day prior to him being able to get his pension. Even though a couple of years later he was able to get his pension back. It is real funny that James Comey and McCabe both got IRS audits. Now, how did that happen? Is that a coincidence? Because Trump don't like you, so he tried to do something. That's how he is. He's very vengeful. He's dangerous. He's a dangerous lunatic. If you don't break the law, well, first of all, any Republican that doesn't do what he asked them to do, he calls them rhinos. So that's what all the hypnotized supporter calls people rhinos. Rhinos is Republican in name only. That's what they call. They call the Republicans that refuse to do it. You break the law, bend or lie for him. He calls them rhinos. He has name called everybody at the January 6th, especially that last girl, Hutchinson. His normal thing is as soon as it come down, he said, I barely knew her. I don't know who that person is. That's what he's saying. That girl was right there with his right hand person. He knows everything she said was true. And again, you allowed those people to bring weapons, and you knew those people was bringing weapons. And then what did you say? Well, let my people bring weapons, and they not there to get me. You wanted Congress killed. You wanted Nancy Pelosi killed. You said that's what Mike Pence deserved to be hanged. This is the fucking vice president that you want because this man refused to lie about that certification. These people put a noose. These people's gonna kill him.
Now that I'm thinking about it, because what I was going to say about Maxine Waters was that I had posted a picture of her. It was a still shot from a news conference. She was standing behind the podium. She wasn't speaking, but her eyes, she just looked vacant. And then her skin looked different. And I was like, is this a clone or somebody wearing a mask? Because this looks unreal. And I bring that up. And now that you're saying this stuff about Trump, it just made me feel like, well, what if this isn't really Trump? Like, I just feel like this is a perfect, I do watch a lot of movies, and sometimes movies I think are out there to tell us, look at these things, when you get in a certain level in office, even in entertainment, there is susceptibility for you to be sat down like your real self, and then for them to kind of take over your body. I forgot what they call that. It's like MK Ultra. They got all these little things. All I'm saying is it doesn't seem like a normal person. I remember this man. I used to watch what was that show? You're Fired. That little show he had, and I heard the stories about him over the years prior to him being president. I mean, I never would have ever believed this would have happened under his watch, under anybody's watch, or I would say we the people as a collective, even though I didn't vote for him, but that the people voted into office, that this person would actually try to turn over the government.
Yes. And you're right.
The Apprentice, yes.
Yeah. So one of the guys that testified at the January the 6th, she's right, Rusty Bowers. He was in there on tears, just, how he refused to bend for Trump and lie for Trump. He had death threats and all that. And this motherfucker turned right around and say he will vote for him again. These people crazy. Trumpism. To me, I believe Trumpism brings the best versions out of people. That's exactly what it is. And this guy, he has this Dr. Richie. He also has something like I Wish a Karen Would. He brings out, he lets you see all the people, like black people cutting the grass. Get your black ass off my grass. This, and then one lady got arrested, and she gonna say Trump won. The police officer put her ass right in handcuffs. It's crazy. Trumpism to me is the people that brings out the best versions of themselves. Like they was hiding it in all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But you hiding it in. And now it's okay for the president to say that. Now I'm just going to remember when the white supremacists, they killed that girl. What did he say? It was both, but fine people on both sides. He will not go against a white nationalist because that's what he is. And he's scared he may lose a vote.
Mm-hmm. He don't want to mess with his base.
Nope.
Who is Rusty? Rusty's daughter died during all of this too.
Rusty Bowers is one of those. I don't know where. Remember where he was from. I know it wasn't Georgia because Brad Rassenberger was there from Georgia. These were the states that he called to try to get them to throw to try to say he won. So they had 3 different guys there. Actually, 2 guys were from Georgia. And I don't know where the other guy, he could have been from Georgia too. No, you got to remind me. But these are the ones that testified to try to tell him that they had the phone call. Trump didn't know that phone call was being recorded. They had the phone call where he said, all I need is 11,780 votes. Come on now, give me a break. We won. And he refused. So what he put that man's address and phone number in Twitter, and those people started attacking him. That's what he did, just like Rusty.
He doxed that man.
Yes, and every time you did something wrong, he will send other Republicans will go after that person and will put their address and their phone number and shit up in Twitter. And then people just call and harass them. Terrible.
Damn. It's a rough world. And you get into that politics stuff, you got to expect to, and yeah, definitely. Somebody said that Biden needs to take the gloves off. He definitely needs to match that energy. Not to say do illegal stuff, but go ahead.
Now the midterms are coming.
Everything is so weird nowadays. I feel these people want to bring back the past, like the Jim Crow past. Yeah, and bring back a time when women had no rights. That's just a vibe. Yeah.
A child. If you don't want a child, you should not be forced to have a child. Now,
right.
I think it's North Dakota, that Chrissy Knowles person. It's some 10-year-old girl that got raped and pregnant there. She can't even have an abortion. That was the last thing I saw on that. I have seen so much child abuse. Remember that I think the worst child abuse was it was in Florida, because I remember that it's a couple of Florida police officers that do live videos. He had some blocks. The sheriff had like little kid blocks on his little table. He knocked the blocks off the table and said, "This is where this child should have been." That child was I forgot what she was only 9 pounds at 3 years old. She couldn't even walk. They starved her. Black lady, she was the black lady, the father, and the father of the baby and the uncle lived there while they sitting there eating steaks and shit. They never fed that child. That child was only 9 pounds, I think. And that terrible, horrible. The child was like inside of a swimming pool, a little baby pool. So everybody don't need children. I disagree. I just think you have the choice. Some people don't. Some people should not have kids. You know, you got a lot of people out here to do it, but I think it's your choice. That the choice that you want to make. Don't have somebody tell you what you can't do. That's come on now. You can't do that. You can't tell a man what to do. But again, every
Exactly.
vote.
Always trying to push the women around. What about the men? I agree with
And
that.
that's why. So I'm not going. So you know that um Brett Kavanaugh. This happened, I think Friday or what, Thursday or Friday. He was eating at a steakhouse and protesters was there. They had to run him out the back door. And I do have a problem with that, even though I wrote in the comments he can stay his ass home and eat. But he gonna know he gonna know just what it is to how I feel. Like Clarence Thomas. Come on now. And then you talking about you looking at same sex Clarence Thomas. The only reason that the January 6th committees have been beautiful. The last here, the big blowout meeting was on that Thursday. And then they talked about his wife that Thursday because his wife was mentioned. His wife was mentioned because they got text messages from her. She was trying to help Trump overturn the election. And the next day, you know, that's when the decision came out about Roe v. Wade. That was the next day. So you can forget about the January the 6th and only talk about, oh my God, the abortion rights. They deflect. They try to do everything. Clarence Thomas did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So I don't.
And I agree with no. Uh-huh. Yeah, definitely vote. And that's the part of what they're doing is attacking voting rights. You know, so we got to make sure we are paying attention to this stuff. But yeah, I agree. No, saying they're stuck in the Confederacy times and they just never got over the Confederacy. They're still like, there probably is the ancestors of those people who fought for it still trying to keep it, you know.
Once Biden got sworn in, the states were already trying to change voting rights right then and there. That's what I'm saying. Biden just allowed all this shit to go on. I'm gonna move.
Yeah, like he sleep at the wheel.
Yes. So I'm gonna move to Georgia. Since you know Trump lost Georgia, blah blah. He's being investigated right now by Georgia. You know, a lot of people in Georgia, you know, like the people like on Sunday, they try to cut out the Sunday for going to vote on Sunday. Most people get out of church on Sunday. I mean, really, if you and they try to remove, like in the black neighborhoods, they try to move all the places where you can vote at. You know, while you stand in long lines. Oh, and I forgot, you're not allowed to give somebody a bottle of water in line. That's against you gonna write that in the law. Who in the fuck gonna write that in the law?
And they're attacking elderly people and people who, I mean, just everybody. We all need water, but I'm saying there's a lot of people, and the elderly people are like the biggest voting population. So, you know, a lot of them don't have the transportation, even the wherewithal health wise to stand in long lines. And so to take things away like that, water, like there's people who will be standing out there with water for people and things like that. And they are literally
not allowed to in Georgia.
Yeah, banning that.
All of those, they try to take away all those like voting places you can go to. But some of the rich neighborhood, you just walk right through the door and vote. The other neighborhood, you stay in line. And that's why Trump was in tremble mode, because he knew his ass was gonna lose. He knew it. He hired that man from the post office to try to remove mailboxes and everything, and he still lost. So I mean, it is what it is.
I agree. No, snip. Like it needs to go both ways. And when it comes to the R word, and especially of a child, a 10-year-old, and any age of a R word, but that should be an exception to the rule. Like, who wants to? Like, that's torture.
I'm trying to tell you, the states don't care. They don't care.
Hazel said, right, and I am child free by choice. I don't want kids at all. And so I hate that this was overturned, but I'm careful, but still it's my body. It should be my choice. Exactly. God forbid he didn't finish dessert.
I've had dogs, Hazel. All I have is dogs.
Fur babies.
Yes, I raised my niece and fur babies. I raised my niece and nephew. That was enough for me. I did not have the patience for that, but I had animals years. So again, it's my choice. That's something
And
if I
that's
wanted.
and to, you know, parenthood is a tough gig, okay? But to raise other people's children is a whole other special level of special, in my opinion. So, like, you know, that's just you know, you deserve, I think, the kudos for that, to be able to, you know, say you did that. And matter of fact, that's parenting. That is parenting. Even the fur babies. That's a lot of work and a lot of love too.
My nephew on the same day I was, and I had my nephew until he was up to 16 years old. He spent the whole summer with me on the weekends. And then my niece, even though they're older now, they in their 30s, every Christmas, even though my nephew is like not even say like my favorite, but my niece, every that's the one that gets all the gifts. I give her like 15 to 20 gifts. She's the favorite. And my nephew would say, "Oh, you want to talk to the favorite?" I just do it for her because I felt like nobody never did anything. And was never, this just say, it's like nobody never like really gave her a lot of stuff. So that's what I'll do. Bracelets, no purses, maybe stud earrings. Just give her everything, pillows, everything I could. Just go little candles, anything I could. And I just pile her up with gifts, and she just busts out crying every Christmas. I trick her and give her different stuff. So yes, I raised it.
That's nice. I raised you. But
Yeah. And when
you
you
know,
get back,
that's
wait a minute. And when you take your ass downstairs, and when you get back upstairs, you better F like you never F'd on that, cause that is terrible. And why am I
oh
remembering
God,
this?
let's not
No, but I'm saying, why am I even remembering this? You see what
because
I'm
you the
like?
one who started that. Don't I raised you? That was your whole little tagline during the trial, if you don't recall.
See, that stuck to me just like that. Whatever that crawling under the boxing ring stuck to Ann. That stuck to me too, because I can't imagine the terror in that little girl's face. Just can't even imagine.
And they
She
were
got,
probably on some type of drugs or liquor, because that's something that I don't think came up in the trial. But we know that this man was not only on drugs and stuff himself and drinking a lot, but he was giving it to these children and these people who he was victimizing also, to keep them subdued, and to make them more relaxed when they were doing these disgusting things he wanted them to do.
I know. Sorry, off a topic. Sorry.
No, said they should have listened to Anita Hill. Where is Anita Hill to these days? Is she out there advocating for?
Yep, I saw her on MSNBC. She was doing some type of interview. I sure enough did. And
Oh, I'm gonna have to look her up. Okay. Gunny Thomas is dirty. Yeah. Jenny, is it Jenny or Gunny? That's Clarence Thomas's wife, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Calling her.
Very much so. Let's see. Let's not repeat the demon. They are toddlers. She did a recent interview. Okay. Maybe next time we'll
I love to see our chat on top of on the ball, just in case I forget.
Oh, they
something.
own it.
Yeah.
Hashtag smart people only.
I'm not the only one. We care. We care
Oh,
about
yeah.
democracy. God
Yeah,
damn it,
for
vote.
sure.
There's other things
For
going
sure.
on instead of arguing something petty ass stuff. This is important. It is. I have never been in politics. I mean, it was to the point where I was going to actually be banned. And hold up, I got 3 minutes on my iPad, so it's gonna go out. And if I
let's wrap this up.
Okay.
I just wanted to bring up a couple things before we do, because I wanted to touch on. I only have her up here, Kamala Harris, because there was an article about her, the fact that she hasn't really been showing up, I guess, and doing things that have been expected of her. And so I just wanted to kind of feel y'all out about her. Like, where do you think she lands on the Richter? Do you think she's going to be a contender for the next election? Like, is she going to run against, is she going to take over for Biden and run for president? Or, because I don't know if he's fit to run another term.
So no, his ass is not fit. So I'm gonna go with no. Did you hear that her and Ron DeSantis was at a tie right now? That's what I heard as far as she concerned. So, but I know that she did go to she showed up where those people got the shooting. I know she was there. And you don't know. Remember, it was like a small rumor. Maybe, I don't know, 5-6 months ago, but there was a lot of infighting between her and her staff.
Yeah.
You try to keep it a hush. But I did hear that. But you really don't really see that much of her. But shit, you never really saw Mike Pence. Mike Pence was a goddamn statue.
That's true too. That is true. I'm highlighting Hazel's comment. I gotta stick up for the cats now. My cats get a bad reputation. Some cats, they all have different personalities. So like my cat is super loving. He's just like right up on me everywhere I go, up under my feet. Like he wants to cuddle. Like he's sometimes too much. Like I be wanting him to be a little more aloof. But anyway,
yeah, she does. She has a beautiful Hazel. You know, my dog passed last September. I had small dogs. Now we have the first big dog. She is as you want to put it, a mess. Bad, fucking ripping up carpet. Her leg messed up, fucking surgery. Lift her upstairs. Her ass is just bad. But we love her. I'm telling you, it's very challenging. I've never in my life, she's tall. My mom calls her a reindeer. It ain't like no little dog. My little dogs come down maybe to my ankles. This dog is tall. She just takes shit off the table. You got to run and chase her and get it from her. I mean, you got to be on your P's and Q's. It's always something with her. And she sheds. I have never in my life just shed. But anyway, I'm not complaining. But this is going to be my last animal. But this
is her first summer, right?
Yes. And she's already injured, but you can really... It seemed like it's getting better. Her luxating patella or something. I don't know. I guess it's in the German Shepherd mixed dog.
Well, sometimes they say pets sometimes take the owner's personality or mimic it somehow, like or maybe they're just aligned or in tune with each other. But because Hazel said her grandma got mean cats. I don't know if your grandma is mean. She said they're cute though. No said hers is up her ass. Yeah, they're cute though.
We live for our yard. We live for our yard. When she goes to the bathroom, or let's just say pee, my whole yard is just stained up. My yard, I have front yard, backyard, side yard, beautiful flowers. We keep our grass nice and neat. She have torn that up and she's a digger. Matter of fact, let me on the panel. Who wants her? I'm gonna
you would not let her go like that. Stop it. She's like that dog. There's a cartoon dog that's a big galoof of a dog. I can't remember his name. He was just galloping all through the neighborhood, digging up everything, tearing up everything. But he would always like catch a bad guy or end up being a hero at the end. That's what Star reminds me of. Shamanic said Kamala is invisible. She's doing her. Well, she definitely got that VP up under her belt. So whatever that comes with, whether it's, I don't know if they get like security after or if they get any pension, I don't know, but she did that. So I hope I don't know if this is right for her, to be honest. She just doesn't seem to have that extra oomph that we need. Like, I don't know. Yes, I did about DeSantis. I think she was talking to you, Miss Ella. That went under the radar.
I was showing Star. Can you see her?
Oh, wait. No, I got to take her off. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. It's a little dark. Oh, there she is. Oh no, that's not her.
Come in. Come in. Look, come in. Come in. There she is.
Hey, Star. I could barely whistle. She's so cute. Hey, baby girl. Do I see Steve? You got Steve all on camera showing his muscles.
I know. I had to cut that.
Okay, she said her grandma's sweet as pie. That's my heart. But those cats are something else. Okay. I think it's because the cats are not used to me. Probably. Kamala was getting bad press. She's always gotten bad press. But I definitely do want to know the team behind her and her team. Like why she was losing so many people, it seems like, just in a cycle. Star is beautiful. Hey, Star. She said, you naughty for real, little fucker. Oh, I thought she said for real. She said, you naughty little fucker. You're a naughty little fucker. That's probably how Nono talks to her. You're a naughty little fucker. Oh, my God. Oh, we lost Della. She done dipped out. Oh, yeah, she said she was dying out. So, well, y'all, there was a couple things I wanted to touch on before we go. Let me throw up the picture. So I just want to acknowledge Simone Biles. You know, we like to acknowledge the queens, child, and the kings when they do something good that's noteworthy. But she became the youngest person to receive the Presidential Medal of Honor. You see, oh, creepy Biden. I hate to say that, but he does look creepy. I put this on my community wall on YouTube. That's where y'all need to be going every day. I'll try to post a good headline so we can have something to chat about. But yeah, I said something like, just clasp that thing and keep it moving because you are a creeper. But shout out to her for this. She is beautiful. There's somebody commented under the post that they had met her in person, she and her daughter, and she gave her daughter, she said her daughter was so young, she didn't know what was going on, but she gave her daughter her shirt, her t-shirt or something. But yeah, good for Simone. And she's definitely, you know, if you want to say there are role models, she could be one, you know, that if you know, have a lack of them for your children, maybe she's somebody they need to, you know, look at and aspire to. She set the bar kind of high though, child, but she is talented, beautiful, like smart. So good for her. And let's see, what else do I have? Oh yeah, the twerking senator. Let me show this real quick before we go, because I thought this was insane. I'm like, is this what we're doing now? Is this what we've come to? So I guess this is her. Let me take this picture down. I guess that's her and how she normally, you know, that's her normal appearance. But then we get to see the other side of her. I think there's a video. Yeah, here it is. It's from TikTok. This thing won't get big.
And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored, the second half. A Rhode Island state senator is getting a lot of attention for an unofficial video she posted during her re-election campaign. It's a video of her in a bikini twerking upside down. Let's show you. Of course, the video has gone viral and sparked a lot of conversation. Some people have applauded State Senator Tiara Mack, while others say the video was totally inappropriate for an elected official. I asked my next guest how they felt about an elected official shaking her ass online and asking for votes. Now, guys, your thoughts about Tiara Mack, a state senator from Rhode Island? There's a lot of outrage. Is this real outrage?
I don't need to hear from these people. We know that's crazy. It is embarrassing. And on top of that, did y'all see her ass or her thighs or whatever? There's like all these etchings and markings. And not to say, you know, we all women have, you know, our scars and our battle wounds and what have you. But if you're going to be shaking your ass for the world so you could get votes, you might need to cover up a little bit more, child. You need to cover up. Why are you doing it? Yeah, it's a no for me, dog. You better be glad you're not in my district, because you will get tomatoes thrown at you on the beach. We need to find her and tomato her or egg her down. She needs to be taught a lesson. And I know this is probably horrible to say. Let me see if they have pull it up again. See, this thing won't get big.
About who should be sitting in seats of servitude.
But where are those what were those agents called? Were they the immigration agents? They were on horses. Remember when they was whipping those immigrants? And I know that's horrible. I just read something about them getting they got, I don't know if they got fired, but they didn't get any time or anything. They just kind of got a soft punishment for that. But somebody needed to be coming on the beach while she was doing that on a horse and taking a whip to her, because that is insane. Trump's lawyer came for her, the can't twerk senator. Yeah, had the nerve to do that and then come in the camera and say, vote for me. Like, oh, no. Yeah, body makeup, something. Like, she has no shame. No shame whatsoever. Definitely trash. Border Patrol. Yeah, that's what it was. The ICE agent, the Border Patrol ICE agents. They need to come for that ass. Literally come for that ass. Like, this might be the only time where I might want to actually, no, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say sick R. Kelly on somebody. No, it's not that bad. But I mean, she is out of her mind. And I don't know if she's a sitting congressperson or she's just a new person trying to get into office. But if she makes it in on this campaign, then we are definitely in huge trouble as a society, because this is just crazy. It's crazy. She reminds me of that Candace person. Candace, I mean, I know she would never do this, but she kind of she looks like her to me. But I'll move on from the twerking senator. I had to bring that up. I have that also on my community wall on YouTube. Real quick about Gunna. I'm sure you guys are aware. You probably didn't listen to the music, but Young Thug and Gunna here, these rap stars, have been indicted with Rico on drug trafficking charges, I believe. And this is Gunna. It has been reported that he was recently denied bail again, because I guess this is the second time that he had tried to get bail. I'll just read a little bit, because there's a few things going on with him in this case. That's why I'm focusing on him and not Thug. But we will talk about Thug too, because Thug's nephew now has gotten himself in trouble. And I don't know if it's related, but it could be. But they said Gunna has been denied bond again in the YSL Rico case, as prosecutors claim witnesses have already been threatened ahead of trial. Does that sound familiar? Since the indictment against Young Thug and YSL label was unsealed, it has been pure chaos on every front. On one hand, there are several pages of allegations against Thug and 27 other people, and the charges include conspiracy to violate Rico, murder, armed robbery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, possession of a firearm, theft, violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, and participation in street gang activity. On the other hand, however, it seems as though the vast majority of evidence is YSL song lyrics. So yeah, Young Thug, 300 Entertainment, the label that YSL is an imprint of, have been vocal about not having lyrics used in court. They have also pointed out how racism plays a part, as no other genre of music ever faces these challenges when it comes to their art. Gunna is another member of YSL who has been arrested, and that's him on the screen. In connection to the case, mainly being guilty by association, many suspected that when Gunna applied for bond the first time, he might be the only person to receive it, but he was denied, and a court date was set for January 2023. So as it stands, he has to wait in jail for his trial to start in January. Along with him being denied for bond for the second time, they say that Gunna, who only faces one count of conspiracy to violate Rico as an alleged gang member, has been denied. Okay, so they're just repeating that. Says that the denial comes one day after the New York Times reported witnesses have allegedly been threatened by Young Thug and his associates numerous times. Witnesses claim to fear for their lives, and their families if they testify. For now, Gunna and Thug will remain behind bars. And there's another report about Gunna, though, that first of all, there's a picture of him, and he doesn't have none of the hair on his head that you see in this picture. And I'll just share the screen. And I think it's because I think the hair was fake. I'm just saying they probably made him take it out. Because if he was just taking down his hair, it would still be long. But for it to be gone, that means that hair probably wasn't his in the first place. Yeah, so this is him now. It's a very blurry picture. This is supposedly him in jail. But this has an update here. In recent news regarding the Atlanta native sentence, it was alleged that a jail nurse attempted to smuggle drugs into the facility for him. According to YSB-TV, the woman was found with a bag full of marijuana and cocaine back in May of this year. When confronted, she allegedly ran, and prosecutors told judges that some of the materials were for Gunna. Now, I had heard on other reports that they had went and, they're listening to phone calls. This is how they're putting together that she was there for him. I don't know if this is true. Everybody that I've seen comment about it is more so on Gunna's side, saying, oh, they're setting him up. How do we know that wasn't a setup? So, I guess we'll find out, because I'm sure they caught her. They say she ran. I had seen pictures posted of her where a YouTuber actually compared her and Gunna. They did actually look alike. Like, is she a family member? And then lastly, with regard to this case, Young Thug's nephew was arrested for murder. He killed a girl, shot her in the face, and killed this young lady. Now, I don't know the details whether or not he this was related to Young Thug's case, because I don't know if she was the nurse. I don't know who this woman was, but somebody had to go apparently, and she is no longer with us. Yep, I meant Candace Owens. Sure did. She's going to look like Waters. I don't even know who Gunna is. Oh yeah, you're probably better off. I just wanted to update because it's a Rico also, which we're starting to see more of these Ricos. These people get indicted on Rico charges. And this one is interesting because these are two high profile rappers who have huge, they have pretty big fan bases for each of them. But I think they have been investigating Young Thug since like 2012. I don't know if y'all remember when Lil Wayne's tour bus got shot up, and they were saying Young Thug was behind it. Well, really Birdman was really the green light giver. And then Young Thug was trying to, do what he needed to do to be up under Birdman. So he did Birdman's bidding. So that was maybe around that time, but they've been looking at him ever since. Yeah, his weave is in right here, child, and off now. They done said, take this shit out, because you can, smuggle stuff in your hair. I remember when I went on when I was going through the airport a couple weeks ago, and I got these locks in my hair, these faux locks. But they definitely try it when they be like, oh, can I look? I need to look through your hair. Like, no, you don't. I'd rather them just ask me to shake it out myself, than to be touching my hair. But anyway, yeah, this happened with him. I don't know if he's only on one count of the indictment, he might not get a lot of time. But if this nurse that supposedly came in to smuggle drugs to him, if that gets found out to be true, he ain't going nowhere. And then all the threats and stuff that people are happening. And then, like I said, the nephew having shot and killed somebody, shot the girl in the face. We don't know if that's related either. He made it a point to say that he was Thug's nephew. So I don't know what he thought he was going to get from that. Animals have mental health to what, y'all? Oh, animals help with mental health. Is that what you're trying to say? I mean to say, okay, I think I know what you're saying, that animals are helpful for people, for our mental health. If that's, and and that is true. I agree with that. I definitely agree. But listen, y'all, we have gone well over our usual like hour and a half, 2 hour max. But I do appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. especially for those out of a different time zone than me, because it's only 10 o'clock here. I still got my whole Saturday night, baby. I'm gonna try to stay off of YouTube. You know, I have no idea what's gonna be lurking and waiting for me around these dark corners in these streets. But y'all take care of yourselves. Tune, make sure you're, if not a member, go ahead and join the member channel. Oh, I do want to say thank you. A couple of people sent me some birthday donations that were really sweet. I appreciate it very much. And, just keep supporting the channel. I appreciate y'all. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Till next time, and bye.